You've probably seen these before advertised. I've actually saw these in different magazines over the years for probably the last couple of decades. They are an established product, and I always wondered if it actually work. So I decided to order 4 of these for $24.99 off Amazon.com. Put a link in the box below and the first pinned comment if you want to take these out yourself. You can order one for I think like $8. You can order 2, you can order 3, you can order 4. I ordered 4 for $24.95, I think that it was. But these little doorstop alarms right here, and these things, I was surprised how well this works. This up here is actually metal at the top here, as you can see. It's a heavy duty plastic. The speaker is up here. We have sensitivity switch over here, and we have an on and off switch over here, and the battery goes under here. And this thing is loud, so loud. I can do this inside the house here, and it makes my eardrums. You can feel the vibration in the eardrums. I'm gonna put some earplugs in before I actually test this out here. It won't be as loud through the camera here, through this microphone. But when you're in here, it is extremely loud. That's why I'm doing this here in my bathroom for, because I want to hopefully let you hear how loud this thing actually is inside of a room. I can do this outside and just press this down and get it to go off. It's turned off now, so it won't work right now until I turn it on. But this thing will work on your inside doors, on your outside doors, if you can put this, if your door clearance from your floor is this thick or more, you can see here it needs to be able to go over top of this right here in the start on this metal clipper, as you can see what this is right here. So if your door will go over top of this to push this down, then it will work. It has like a rubber bottom on it to keep it from moving. But if you can get this under your door, then it will work. It won't work under my front door because it's just too tight. It'll work under my basement door, inside doors, but it might work on every door that you have. You have to test it out to see, but you can see right here how thick that it is. So if this will go into your door up to just a little bit right here, then it'll work. But for $24, this thing can't be beat. You could take this, you could actually rig this up different ways for different alarm type systems to go off. I mean, you could cover this up and make this where someone stepped on it and it would go off. I mean, all kinds of different ways that you could use this. But anyway, let me put my earplugs in and we'll test this out and see how loud this thing actually is. It is loud. Believe me, it's very, very loud. All right, guys, here it is. You can see under the door and your battery off to put this as close to the edge of the door where it opens as you can, because that will give you the best, setup for this to go off before the door gets opened. This also will act obviously as a door stop alarm because it stops the door from being open, so it gives you some extra protection as far as keeping the door closed, giving you more time to get up, wake up, and to get out or to get armed. Even with these earplugs in, I still dread opening this thing up because it is so loud. Are you ready? Very, very loud, you can hear. It will also, turn this back on here. You can see it stops the door. You can see here. So it works very well. You can see you need that much clearance before it will work, actually. So about the size of 2 quarters, 3 quarters stacked up, maybe 3 millimeters, and it will work. Guys, I have someone to the right of my house mowing, someone else on the other side riding a motorcycle back and forth. So trying to overlook, the noise. Anyway, these things aren't waterproof. You can put these inside of a Ziploc freezer bag, and they would be pretty much rainproof. You could lay 2 of these down in Ziploc bags, maybe across from each other, and you could have something like a real lightweight board, or even a couple of sticks on this right here, crossing this one to the other one. Then we'll have some leaves over top of this. You could actually paint this if you wanted to. Then when someone comes through and steps on one of these or steps on the board in the trail, they'd press these down and it would go off very easily. So it'll be that could be a good camp alarm. Someone comes through and they're walking through, and then they step on the board here. If you had 2 of them here, you could have 1 actually. You could have some sticks, up against, maybe laying this away, out like this. A few smaller sticks covered up with leaves. Someone steps on that, presses this down, it will go off. So you could rig this different ways to be a good camp alarm. So someone comes through and they must be turned on. Nope, not turned on. There we go. Now we turn it on. It won't work if it's not turned on. Remember that. Someone comes through, your board's through here, your sticks are through here, and they walk in through and they push down just a little bit. You can see it doesn't take much at all to make this thing go off. Anyways, I'm sure you can come up with a lot of different ideas for this, to use this as an alarm, a doorstop alarm like it's meant to be, but other ways also. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.